Chat, I got one more for you today. This next interview has actually been requested way more than I expected. I had no idea that people were so interested in this class. I actually had no idea. I've seen it mentioned since I started playing the game, and I've actually, based on my own preferences, what I like in a class, what I've been looking for, I've actually had this class recommended to me every single time we talk about it on my stream. And I'm not exaggerating, every single time. Now, I've played one, but I only played it for a little while. I leveled it because it has a good link. The aesthetics of the class, they are absolutely beautiful. The starting area is absolutely breathtaking, okay? It is probably one of the most artistic, visually pleasing classes in the entire game. Like, simply from a factual artistic standpoint, it just looks so good. I didn't know who to even pull in for this interview because I didn't even know anyone who plays the class. But we had someone on yesterday who just happens to be, you know, one of the best players in the entire game, who knows a lot of the other best players in the entire game. And so Shapaz sent this guy my way to show you guys and me a class that I've very much so been looking forward to seeing. It is the one, it is the only SHULK, here to show us his HOYOUNG. Hello?
Yo, what's up?
What's up, dude? How we doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am, honestly, I'm doing really good, mostly because I can finally tell people that I am or am not interested in this class after they tell me to try it. Because I honestly, I literally know nothing about what you're about to show me. So, like, I'm going to ask a lot of really dumb questions, probably.
No worries, no worries. I'll cover everything.
You said you watched one of the interviews, yeah? So you kind of know, like,
I did,
what to expect?
So
okay.
The first thing is show some cool shit, right?
Yeah. Show me some cool HOYOUNG shit. Okay, here we are. Damn.
All right.
And it's okay. It's okay if we
map.
just call you SHULK, right? Like that's what you go by.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
I came to this map because I think it kind of highlights a pretty cool thing about the class, which is like most people know this class for how good its mobility is.
Okay.
And how many movement options it has.
Okay.
And I think one of the first things I wanted to show was just ground pounding from all the way up there down here. Can move down real fast.
Yo! Wait, it's like,
and
that's
then,
some Kirby shit.
Yeah. Also, you can jump, fly up, do that, fly up, hold this. You could just do so much ridiculous stuff on this class. I'm going to show you that we're going to try reaching the top. Yep, you could just stay in the air pretty much forever. It's kind of cool. You can hold this iframe. This is an iframe for 20 seconds.
20 seconds?
You would never hold it for 20 seconds. We'll get into that later for sure, but you would never actually do that. You see, we're almost making it up there. I'm sure I probably... Oh, wow.
Bro,
I didn't even think we could do that, but yeah.
Bro, what?
Yeah, some pretty interesting
So you're
stuff
like
with the movement.
so you're like flying, but you don't have wings.
Pretty much. Flying on a cloud like Goku.
Yeah, that's crazy. What the... No, and you didn't touch the ground or like any platform at all the entire way up. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. Does that mobility transfer over? I mean, we can talk about it during the mobility thing, but does it transfer over to like a lot of horizontal mobility as well? Like, can you float like back and forth?
You can go back and forth and stuff, but I'd say like the crazy stuff is mostly the fact that you can really stay off the ground for that long.
Yeah.
When it comes to horizontal stuff, it's a bit more linear. Like, yeah, we'll get into it later. I don't want to.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess expose too much from now.
Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. Okay.
You have a lot of options. We'll leave it at that.
Okay, Dude, that was crazy. All right. So the other thing that I just want you to do before we actually like get into the specifics of the class, if you want to just give yourself a quick introduction, talk about how long you've been playing Maple, maybe what got you into it, give us the origin story, and then like what your own personal accolades and achievements in the game are like.
Sure. So I've been playing this game for a ridiculously long time, like since I was in like the first grade.
Okay.
On and off though for that time, because the game, I've heard somebody saying this in another showcase, but the game was just so bad until like not long ago.
Yeah.
The game is so much better nowadays. You have no idea how bad it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would just play it on and off because I've always liked the aesthetic, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But then I really got into the game, I'd say SHULK medals. I really got into the game when I first made this class, which was, wait, what happened? 2020, 11, 23, so almost 5 years.
Okay. Damn.
That's when I first started Reboot, and that's when I was like, well, hold on, Reboot really fits the game design a lot better than Reg does, and I don't have to pay money to get strong. I kind of like this. I got super addicted, and I've been playing consistently ever since.
Okay.
I used to be, so I'll say this, in the past like year, I've gotten way busier with life, and so I've toned it down a lot. I'm still like one of the top players just by nature of how hard I went in the past.
Yeah.
It's like really hard to lose that momentum after once you've established your whole account. But I've definitely toned it down a lot recently, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm still super competitive about stuff. So like, as for personal accolades, for the past 4 years, I've been like the first HOYOUNG to do any solo and party content for the class. I've gotten one server first clear for like all classes, I guess, for the HOYOUNG.
Damn. Okay.
And any other stuff, it's like top 3 first clears pretty much for everybody.
Damn.
So,
okay.
Yeah, very competitive. That's like the only reason I play this game.
We got the HOYOUNG goat. Holy. Okay. Wait, that's actually sick. I'm pumped.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what this is still doing on my screen. Hold on. Okay. Okay. So let's get into it then. Let's talk about the first thing that everyone cares about, the class's damage. What is the burst like?
So it's like the burst is the main selling point of this class. It's the thing that the class is the best at, I would say.
Okay.
Is that it has an insane burst. Specifically, the non-origin burst is very good.
Really?
It's
okay.
Like top 5, I believe.
Is it a 2-minute or 3-minute?
I think it's a 3-minute class.
Okay.
Yeah, so the origin burst is pretty good. It's not as good as the non-origin burst relatively to the entire cast, but it's still very good. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a 30-second burst, so I think you'll notice when you like see a lot of these people doing their class showcases that there are like some archetypes of classes kind of that they're like relatively similar.
Yeah.
And oops. Yeah, there's basically the 30-second burst archetype, I would call it, where the classes, they just do crazy damage in their 30-second bursts, and then after that it's kind of
Okay.
But I guess we'll get into that later. But yeah. So I could showcase a burst.
Yeah, show it off first.
Here's another thing about the burst I'll say. Over time, the class has like changed so much from the updates in the game. So, you know, like Sequence is a very recent update.
Yep.
And it's changed a lot about this class because this class used to be known for having an insanely long burst setup. That was the trade-off for having a really strong burst, is it would take you forever to set up your burst.
Yeah, okay.
And it's not just that it also takes long. It was like extremely inconvenient to set up too, because you'll see even with sequence, there's still a little bit of burst setup that I have to do outside of sequence with like putting down summons. So that's another feature about this class. Sorry to like bombard with so much random info, but another key selling point about this class, I guess, is that it's pretty summon heavy. Like summons are very involved in your damage distribution.
Okay.
But yeah, let me just showcase a burst. So you start by putting down your summons, popping this, and then this is just so much better than it ever used to be. And so during the burst too, I'll get into this after I do it because I can barely talk while I do it, but like I'm like actively paying attention to the gauge to work on trying to reset this skill here, Cudgel.
Okay.
And you see it's just constantly resetting on burst. Normally it won't do that.
Okay.
Oh, I got fucking attack locked. Yeah, normally it won't do that because the skill has an 11-second cooldown. You have a certain burst skill that sort of changes your playstyle. Dude, I really can't see anything. I can't even pay attention with all these animations.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So yeah, normally the skill has an 11-second cooldown. Like I'll use it. That's the enhanced version from 6th job. It doesn't mean much.
Okay.
You see it now has a cooldown. And if I attack, it doesn't really go away. The cooldown stays the same.
Okay.
But on burst, you have this functionality where anytime you reset or you complete your gauge with certain elements, you have the ability to reset the cooldown of one of your cooldown skills.
Okay.
And yeah, it's kind of weird like talking about it, I guess, in the order of burst. I almost feel like I want to explain the class itself first.
Okay.
Because I know that sounds so confusing talking about all these things without actually knowing stuff. So I guess let's start with the gauge.
Okay.
So you have 3 parts to your gauge. You have this middle part, which is called your talisman energy.
Okay.
And then you have this ring out here, which is your scroll energy. And these 3 dots here are elements attached to certain skills.
Okay.
So you have a human element, which are human skills like your cudgel and your fan. Those are human skills. So when you use them, it's going to take up that orb.
That's the purple one?
Yeah, that's the purple orb.
Okay.
And then you have ground skills, the brown orb. Anytime you use this skill or this skill, it's going to complete that.
Okay.
And then finally you have the air one, which is like anytime you use this skill or this skill, it's going to fill an air gauge.
Okay.
All that stuff, it sounds way more complicated than it really is. A lot of it ends up becoming something that you don't actively think about when you're playing the class, which I'll get into later.
Yeah.
But basically the whole point of filling those things is that it will slowly fill up your talisman and scroll energy. And you can use certain skills that are attached to that energy. So like you don't use mana for some of those skills.
Okay.
So it's kind of arbitrary. It's not like one gauge is better than the other. They just have different skills attached to it. So for example, this middle one, the talisman energy, you can use it to summon these ghosts, which they're just a summon, they'll attack.
Okay.
And then you have this outside ring you could use to summon your vortex. This is another 100% uptime skill.
Okay.
And then you have your 2 main summons out. And so the way you build your gauge traditionally is you would attack. It's going to fill up your 2 gauges slowly. And as you can see, this one fills up a lot faster.
Yep.
But when you use something in this middle gauge, it will fill up a little bit of your scroll gauge more.
Okay.
So, the thing is, all of this gets thrown out of the window, kind of, when you get your hyper skill.
Okay.
Because this skill is going to automatically fill your gauge, and it's going to give you infinite gauge for a little bit. So if I use it, you could see I'm going to spam a scroll skill. Scroll's not going down until 3 seconds after the skill is completed. And so essentially the idea behind the class is you're going to use this to start the fight and then like continue the fight throughout. You're going to use the momentum built from that gauge to like set up your burst, do whatever the heck.
Okay.
And beyond that, there's not really much to pay attention to in that regard. There's some stuff in 6 job which I could talk about later, but then the main functionality, I guess, of the gauge, which you do have to pay attention to as it pertains to the burst, is this skill. Because as I was saying, there's there's the 3 elements attached to the gauge.
Mm-hmm.
That anytime you use a skill, it's going to use up that element. But when you use this skill, anytime you complete those 3 elements, like I said, it would reset the cooldown of one of your skills. So you can like do a certain set of skills together to constantly reset a skill that you would like to reset. In which case, it's going to be the cudgel skill, because that's going to be your best skill for damage on burst.
Okay.
So I'll show it again just with mini burst here, like just using the skill alone.
Sure.
Basically, I'm going to cudgel, use a ground skill and an air skill, and then it's going to reset the cudgel cooldown for me. You see, I get to use it a lot more frequently than an 11-second cooldown.
Yeah, okay.
The other aspect to that skill, it's, again, something you don't really have to pay attention to per se, is that the clones summoned from it, it has a passive effect where it's going to summon clones that automatically complete an element for you, even if you're not using that skill. So I'm going to keep hitting with the ground, and you're going to see the gauge completed because an air element was used out of it.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, that has no influence on resetting cooldowns unless you use the active portion of the skill.
Okay.
So it sounds really complex, I would say, but it's not once you get used to it. The TLDR for burst is you're just gonna use your magic setup button, put down all of your stuff that costs gauge for free, and then you're going to actively try resetting the cudgel skill as much as possible. And that's pretty much what you do for burst.
Okay.
For a 30-second duration. So I'll show it one more time.
Sure.
Setting up. Go in, just hold Ori. Ori is just a key down, hold it, all your stuff goes on in the background. It's pretty nice.
So your origin was like, it was like half a cutscene, and then I could see the fight again, and then the other half of the cutscene, that whole thing was your origin?
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
It's one of the unique origins. There are only a few that are key downs. I believe only Kali, Lumi, and HOYOUNG.
Okay.
I could be mistaken though.
And you can just tap,
any...
if you just tap it, does it just go to the second half of the, what the?
That second part is way weaker than it looks. It's pretty bad, but yeah. Sorry, what was that you were asking?
It looks sick. I was just gonna ask if you just tap, if you don't key, like if you don't hold it, the origin, does it just immediately go to the like second part of the cutscene?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and there is like good use for that when sometimes you just want to get your damage out immediately.
Yeah.
Because the key down portion isn't as strong as the second part. So if you want to get your damage out super front loaded, sometimes you just tap it.
Okay.
There are some use cases for bosses.
Okay.
But yeah, that's pretty much the burst. I don't know if you count mini burst in the burst category, if that's like off burst, so we could talk about it after.
I mean, I think
how good it is.
Yeah, I would say that's up to you. Like, if you think the off burst is strong enough that you want to count it as like how much the class is doing in like short windows and burst windows.
No, I'd say it's too long.
Okay.
And it's way weaker than the actual burst to really classify it as its own burst. So
okay. Yeah,
I guess
that's fair. Okay, so specifically for the burst, then I guess for that like 30 seconds, you said it's really good, but if you had to put it on like a tier list, what tier would you put it in?
The burst is the burst has to be an S. I mean, because the non-Ori is literally top 5.
Okay.
And the Ori is top 10, so it's hard to say that it wouldn't be a top tier burst.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's totally fair. That's totally fair. It sounds like it's well, okay, we'll talk about it. Let's get into the off burst. How good is the off burst of this class comparatively?
So the off burst, contrary to, you might hear a lot of differing opinions out there from people who don't know or play the class, but it's not good. It is not good. And I mean, there's a logical reason for it, right? Like, if the overall output of the class is around middle of the pack, but the burst is top tier, that kind of has to mean that the off burst isn't good, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, the off burst isn't great.
Okay.
You pretty much, your off burst is you just have the 2 full uptime summons going.
Yep.
And you're just attacking with your ground wave for the most part, and you're just using Cudgel and Stone Tremor off cooldown.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it. That's all you do for the off burst, so it's relatively simple, but it's really not rewarding. It's one of the weakest off bursts in the game. There are only a few that are notably weaker, like Arc, Night Lord. Can't really think of others off the top of my head right now.
Damn.
Demon Slayer maybe.
Yeah. Okay. So what would you rank the off burst then? Wait, you said the like 90-second cooldown wasn't very notable. What's the like your off or your your mini burst?
Your mini burst isn't. It's not terrible, but it's not good enough to offset the fact that your off burst isn't good.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You get, every thief basically gets to use AB Last Resort and an Oz Ring. So HOYOUNG uses Weapon Jump and Roar. So you use Weapon Jump for your mini.
Okay.
The only actual skill you're getting as a class though is the apparition skill, which resets your cudgel, which is nice, but it's not crazy.
Okay.
It's far weaker than your main burst. That's the TLDR of that.
Okay. Okay. So overall, if you had to rank like the damage output of your off burst, including like the damage output of that mini burst, where would you put that on a tier list?
Off burst, I'm gonna have to give it a C.
Okay.
I think a C is pretty fair. I wouldn't say it's so terrible that it's the literal worst.
Okay.
But it's definitely not strong.
Okay. That's fair. Do you know the numbers of like how much percent of your damage is in your burst versus in your DPM?
I believe it's... Well, so I don't know with Mastery 3.4 is the thing. Mastery 3.4 boosted it, or boosted our off burst in particular, more than it did our burst.
Okay.
Which you might see as a plus side, but not sure. I think it's still bad because, like I said, the way I view like ranking something is always going to be by what else is there out there, like what other classes are doing. And like I said, when it comes to off burst, there are really not many classes that have a weaker one. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. We'll take it. Okay.
I think C is fair.
Yeah, we'll leave it as a C, and then we'll maybe get back into the damage profile and rotation stuff a little bit later. But for now, let's get into. You already showed off quite a bit of this, but let's get into the specifics of the mobility of the class that I actually made my jaw fall open when you were showing
the
off
mobility,
some of that.
There were a lot of crazy options with the mobility. So most thieves, they have a standard double flash jump where it's like you can flash jump one direction, back in the other.
Yep.
The thing with HOYOUNG that I guess stands out in particular with mobility is that it obviously has flight. The only other class with an on-demand flight like this is Ilium and I believe Arc when they go into Spectre mode.
Yep.
And you could do a lot of... But the thing is, because HOYOUNG has this kind of fly with the flash jump, so Ilium doesn't have a flash jump, they have a TP. You can do cool things where it's like, you flash jump there, fly up, flash jump here. You know, like, you can kind of flick yourself almost. I do stuff like this a lot. and just gets you like a little extra height that might make your flash jump go further.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Another cool thing is that specifically with this skill, Consuming Flames, you can reset your flash jump in flight. So I can fly, flash jump, flames, I can fly again, flash jump. So you have a ton of options when it comes to flexibility with movement.
Yeah.
You also have a built-in TP with this. It's not a great TP because it's attached to a cooldown. It's kind of laggy, and it goes really far. In this game, you kind of want your TPs to be short.
Yep.
But it's still a good option if you just want to like get away from something instantly. Just TP away. And then alternatively, you have another TP where it's at a set position. So
Oh, okay.
you can, I don't know if you've seen like Bowmaster, how they have their thing to set it in place.
Yeah.
It's the same as Bowmasters where you can TP from anywhere and it will always go back to this place. But as you could see, there's this like little clone guy here.
Uh-huh.
Where if you TP on the gate, it will send you back to that clone guy.
Oh, damn.
So that's the extra functionality it has over Bowmaster.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Dude, there are so many options. There's also, this is a 0 cooldown air stall. Like you could just use this, it's gonna stop you in the air. It will also auto jump for you when you do it. There are some use cases where you'll be bossing and it's like a convenient attack that you can keep attacking while dodging something. And it's actually optimal because, you know, you use that skill on your burst.
Damn.
What else am I missing? Built-in dash with this. It's terrible though. Like you almost never use this. It's very laggy and it's way too long. But it's an option.
Okay.
And then I guess last thing with this, with the flame skill, you can, so I showed one version of it where like I just use it and I stay in place and cast it. But you can also follow it to like go up higher.
Oh.
And yeah, bunch of different options, bunch of different use cases for every option. But yeah, that's pretty much all the movement options in a nutshell.
That's real. The movement is crazy. That's really cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask. I actually we'll get into it in the next part. Okay, what do you rank the mobility? I feel like I know where this is going, but
it's got to be like one of the best in the game, right?
Yeah.
I think the thing that's like not really talked about is like there are so many options with the movement, but the way you can be so precise with your movement mid-air is like really no class has that option, you know? Like I'm just like floating around this area here, going back and forth kind of. When there are so many skills in this game and bosses where it's like there are lasers, there are, you know, like debris, whatever the hell. You can like so precisely dodge all of that stuff mid-burst and still be doing your most optimal damage.
Is there a boss that you'd be comfortable like showcasing, like I guess just like where the class really shines in the ability to dodge stuff?
Yeah, let me think. Okay, Drogon, X-Lot isn't actually good in P1 in particular, and I don't want to take like forever doing the run to like get to P3, or not forever, but you know, I don't want to add like 10 minutes. Kaling, I saw you haven't run Kaling yet, right?
No, I haven't.
Damn.
I saw the first three. I saw the first 3 rooms, but I had no idea what was going on.
Say Dark now, but you could one-shot it. I mean, Saren is going to be quick too. Like we could just go into the boss and I won't hit it, and you could see.
Yeah, that's fine.
You could see all these like options. You like kind of put your gate here. Watch that. I want to show her like throwing something, and then I TP here.
Yeah.
There was just like so much shit you could do. See, so like iframe that, you could jump up.
Dude, what?
Okay,
Like
it honestly
every
seems
time
so
you
much
every time you
lamer
do a
when you're
little
not
like
attacking, but
yeah, for sure. But still, like every time you do a little U-turn in the air, like when you're jumping
Yeah.
and then you just turn back around and go the other way, it's
oh, dude, I love the U-turn. I'm the king of the U-turn. I'll say that.
yeah.
Like no Ho-Youngs are really doing that other than me. I'm always doing the U-turn. That's my thing. Here, so look,
The U-turn in the
the
air
thing
is
is gonna pop.
sick.
We just TP'd here,
Yep.
flying over that, still hitting. Yeah, it's like you really need to see the hitting with it because it shows you how you can maintain 100% uptime even while dodging shit.
Yeah.
See like that.
Will your burst just insta phase it?
Yeah, the burst will just insta kill it, which is why I'm like avoiding doing that. And we could fuck around and just like nuke a boss for fun, but
Sure, yeah.
just trying to show the showcase or trying to show the mobility here. See, like weird precision that you can have that other classes can't, that allows you to maintain attacks.
Wait, okay,
You
what
fly
if
over the banana.
hear me out. What if you go into a burst real quick but don't bind it so you like have to dodge stuff while you're bursting? I know you're still going to nuke it, but like
Oh, you know what? I'm trying to think of a boss that's good for. Like we could do Hilla. I could unequip a bunch of symbols and you could see. Hilla's a pretty good one because strings come in weird places.
yeah, sure.
And then
Hilla's also kind of
poison
like
and mobs.
Hilla's like the pinnacle, at least like from like as a new player. I would say Hilla is like the pinnacle of difficulty for where I would probably be trying to take this character if I was trying to make it as like a new alt. Like I'm probably
surely from 40 arcane force, it's like 0% damage. I mean, lower opacity too.
Well, I think Arcane Force is capped at like 50% reduction, right? Or something like that. Actually, I don't know. I swear someone told me that though.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm not gonna Ori. I'm not gonna take out FAMs.
All right.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Show me what your soul is made of.
You see, I'm just like, oops, I should not have popped that. That was instinct.
It's all good.
See, we're just like dodging a bunch of random stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that was
The
definitely
blue
what it
too,
was.
like you start behind, you fly back in front, and then just go above it for the knockback.
Yeah. There's just like so much stuff you could do. It's really infinite. I wish I could show like the later phases in a boss. Like X-Lot P3 is really the one where you could see some really crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Because obviously you can't, it's a 30-second burst, and even if you're liberated, you can't be like iframed or have binds for the whole thing. And there will be times where it's like a big leg is coming and like I could just like barely jump up and still keep attacking.
Do you post any like boss clears on YouTube or anything like that?
Not on YouTube. I only ever stream bosses. Like I only stream my first clear of the boss, and then that's pretty much it.
Okay.
But yeah, Kaling P3 is also like, if you're playing inside apparel, you would see there was stuff on my Twitch that would showcase it for sure.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the mobility
I wish
is
I could
insane.
show Kaling because the wolf, there's so much cool shit you could do within the wolf. But yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You guys get the picture.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, if I don't know what would it take for you guys to get to P3? Like, would you have to do it?
Honestly, I could just do it. I could just do it. It's just I don't know if you want me to do it in the middle of the showcase. It'll take me like 8 minutes or something to get to P3 Lotus.
I'd be down to see it, but maybe we'll do it at the end. We'll go back and then maybe we could go back.
Yeah, I could just show you a boss showcase at the end, and that will cover everything. So
yeah, I'd be down for that. Okay, so rank the mobility. I know where this is going, but
yeah, it's just whatever's the highest tier.
I gave Kali a second S. Would you say it's better or on par?
Yeah, I think it's on par.
Yeah.
The only thing I'll say about this class that I completely forgot to mention until now is that there's like one restriction on your movement, which is that your main attack is grounded. Like you can't attack this or you can't do this in the air.
Okay.
Which it's gonna get changed. It's gonna get changed in the 2-minute patch. So I don't feel like it's a big deal right now.
Okay. Okay. Fair.
And with all the options you have, it's it's
You
like,
have other
okay,
attacks
instead of using this,
that you can use
yeah.
in the air, right? Yeah. Okay.
you have slightly weaker attacks, and it doesn't even matter that they're a bit weaker because direct attacks aren't really the majority of your damage. They're
Yeah.
a very minor portion of your damage.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
So yeah,
that's
that's
fair.
like the only limitation I could think of. Other than that, it's an SS.
Okay. Damn. The mobility is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man. Why is every class with mobility just make me grin like this? God damn, it looks so fun, dude. Just flying around and dodging everything. And then I go to play it
Yeah.
and I just can't do it and I'm just dead. But it's all good.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about the class of survivability. Maybe you can sell me with this. So like survivability specifically, for me, what I want to talk about is like your ability to tank boss attacks and mechanics and stuff. So anything that would like heal back up naturally based off of, whatever, just like natural healing or maybe a skill that has healing, or anything with damage reduction or shielding or iframes.
Yeah. So
yeah, anything like that.
So when it comes to the survivability, it's not a class that's tanky by any means. In fact, you're pretty fragile because every thief has last resort.
Yep.
And last resort for its duration makes you take 30% more damage.
Yep.
So you have that bit of fragility, but you do have, I mean, as you saw with the mobility, the idea is that you use your mobility to avoid pretty much getting hit
Yep.
as often as possible. And you have other tools as well that come with the mobility. So like this skill here is an iframe that it's a modular iframe, which means like depending how long you hold it, that's going to adjust the cooldown of it.
Okay.
So if you're playing the class optimally, ideally you never hold that iframe for more than like 2 seconds because
Yeah.
in fact you're going to pretty much use it to just be like more aggressive rather than try and avoid things like by running away.
Yeah.
So for example, it's like you'll be spam attacking and then let's say something big is going to come hit you. You'll see later when I showcase X-Lot. Instead of like stopping my attack and like running away or something, I'll just keep attacking, iframe for the second, keep attacking. And you see the cooldown is only 22 seconds if I hold it for 1 second. It's like a very short cooldown iframe if
Yeah.
you know how to use it well. Beyond that,
That's really, yeah, that's crazy. That's
you have a
super
little
short.
bit of natural healing in some passives. Like anytime you complete the gauge, you heal a little bit, which means on burst, even though you do have the effect of last resort making you take more damage, you'll still be healing just like residual amounts of HP that will, that works really well specifically with chip damage,
Yeah.
so that you can just like keep going, keep hitting.
Okay.
Other than that, yeah, I think it's pretty much covered in mobility mostly where your survivability is.
Yeah.
You're just gonna use your insane precision to precisely dodge things as close to the boss as possible so that you can
Do you have dark sight?
keep hitting. Yeah, you do have dark sight. So anytime you use an attack, you get dark sight for like 2 seconds, I believe.
Okay.
Not for any attack, but for any attack that has specifically like a 2-part thing to it.
Okay.
So this attack, this attack, this attack, and this attack, they all have 2 parts to them. And if you don't follow through with like the mobility part of those attacks, you don't get the dark sight.
Okay.
Or sorry, if you don't follow through, you do get the dark sight.
Okay. Okay.
But if you do follow through, then yeah, you won't get the dark sight.
Damn. All right. What about somebody mentioned you have a door?
We do have a class door, but it's like Honestly, call me crazy. Like, I just don't even factor this into mobility. I really never use this skill ever, I find. I've just never really needed it. Unless it's like my first time ever attempting a boss and I'm maybe like not familiar with it.
Well, like specifically for like a lot of new players who might be like trying to figure out their new class or something. It is a
class door. It is a class door. It's an extra life. The only caveat to it is that it's probably the worst door in the game because it has some weird issues with it. So first off, you have to die in range of it, or else it's just going to go away, which is kind of stupid.
Oh, what?
And it also has this issue where it's going to disappear if you use it on a platform that changes. So for example, it's going to disappear during a Kalos test on the bubbles. It's going to disappear if you have it on one of those platforms.
Okay.
It's going to disappear in Saren every time you phase into like sunset, noon, whatever. And
okay.
Yeah, it's weird. I've noticed the weirdest things. It even disappears. So I guess you haven't run Kaling yet, but when Apparel dies, it will change that part of the map, and then the thing disappears. So it's like, it's weirdly unreliable, and it's just kind of unnecessary.
Wait, can you press it real quick? I want to. So it like puts down like an entity.
Puts down a flower.
Okay.
And then if you die near it, you're gonna spawn at the flower. Gives you a little bit of invulnerability.
Okay. And it goes on cooldown as soon as okay. So it doesn't like if it gets destroyed, it doesn't like
to replace it. So if it gets destroyed, it's fine. You have a 7-minute cooldown to replace it.
Oh, okay.
But if you actually use it, then it goes on 30-minute cooldown.
Oh, okay. So it could be worse, but still, you'd have to like replace it.
It's a door at the end of the day. It's extra.
Okay. Well, in terms of survivability as a ranking, where do you think you'd put it? I think having the iframe that can be a really short cooldown and then like a little bit of healing and dark side alone makes it actually not that bad.
Oh yeah, somebody also said Vortex has a healing component. It does, but it's you're never really playing around it. Like, no offense, I'm never gonna break my Vortex to heal my party members. That's just not happening. Just don't get hit if you're my party member. Like, what are you doing?
Wait, like if you end the Vortex, it heals your team?
Yeah, if you end the Vortex, it will heal your party members based on an amount of times that the Vortex hit.
Okay.
So naturally, you're always going to break it so that you can replace it. So like you're going to see, if I break it right now, that would heal the party members.
Yeah.
And that's just going to happen naturally throughout the fight. You'll like randomly break the Vortex.
Okay.
Twice between every burst rotation.
You could get lucky with a little bit of healing at the right time.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of. But you're never going to rely on that as like a survivability mechanic. The only time you would actually rely on it is like you're really low. I have done this before where it's like I'm really low. I have enough gauge to replace a Vortex before my burst. And I'm like, okay, let me just heal with the Vortex heal and then put it down.
Okay.
But ideally, you don't want to break it without having a replacement Vortex because then you lose your damage.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's a tool. It's a tool.
Okay, so where would you put the survivability on a tier list then?
I'd say an A. I think is fair.
Yeah. How long?
A is fair to me because
how long can you said you can channel the iframe for 20 seconds?
Yeah, you can do it for up to 20 seconds, but like the use case for that is there's no I'm trying to like word this in a not mean way. It's a skill issue essentially if you're doing
for
20 second. There's nothing in this game that needs to be iframed for more than 10 seconds pretty much.
If you did use it for 20,
too,
how long is the cooldown if you do? Because you said it like the cooldown gets longer the longer you hold it.
200 seconds.
20 seconds. It goes on. That's the max?
Yes. So it goes on cooldown for 200 seconds if you use it for the 20 seconds.
That's surprisingly short for what I was expecting. Like a 20-second iframe, and then like even if you do, you get it back like 3 minutes later. It's long for sure. It's long, but that's shorter than I was expecting.
Yeah. The only issue with iframe is you can't attack at all during it.
Yeah.
It's just that. And also, you stay in the exact spot. So, like, I'm mid-air here, and I'm just holding myself here with it.
Yeah.
Which, there are some times where that's good, but generally speaking, that's also not a good thing, because if you think about the logic of when you're iframing, it's usually because you're trying to avoid something that's happening in the place that you're iframing.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't make sense that you'd like want to really hold it there. Ideally, you just like dodge the one thing, get out of there fast.
Yeah.
Right. And then that way you have the iframe up consistently so that you can use it for other parts of the fight more frequently.
Yeah.
And like once you get really comfortable with bosses, and certain bosses in particular, you just like you start very liberally using it, even for skills that do like no damage. But you're like, you know what? I just don't want to take any damage. I just want to keep attacking here.
Yeah.
Keep justifying hitting. So I'm going to iframe for a very short time.
Yeah.
But the versatility is there, and I think that's like the main point of what makes it so good.
Yeah, for sure. The animation on it's kind of cool too.
Yeah.
When you first
it's
used it,
super
I was like,
cool.
"You're just jumping around in a scroll. Like, what am I looking
Yeah.
at?"
Yeah, it's super cool. But yeah, so overall, I'd say A for survivability.
Okay. Yeah, that's solid.
It's just not. It's not like I can't even think of like a paladin or something where you just like you
Yeah.
exist and you tank stuff and it's easy to survive. You do have to do stuff to survive.
Yeah.
Like if you're not using your tools, then you're gonna actually struggle. And a lot of people, they find that the class is like pretty clunky to play, and that they get stuck doing things because the animations are a bit long,
Yeah.
and that obviously hurts your survivability if you're stuck in places.
Does the iframe linger after you let it go for like?
No, instantly goes away.
Okay.
So, it's
So
like,
if you
use it
so if you
here,
release
I'm
it even
iframed,
one
no
frame
iframe.
early and you get hit by something, you die to it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you really gotta like know your timings for the iframe.
Yeah, you have to be very deliberate about it, I'd say.
Yeah. Okay.
Like when you get really good, you want to just use the iframe to specifically dodge something that you know it's going to hit. You iframe it till you know it's not going to hit, and you keep going.
Yeah. That's a cool skill. That's a really cool skill. Okay. Let's move on. I guess move back and talk about the rotation again. So specifically this time around, what I want you to get into a little bit is like what. So we've seen a lot of your skills now, and like what you're doing to like maintain your damage, but specifically like the reasons for using your skills, and I guess like what they do and what you're thinking about while you're choosing what to do next.
Yeah. So I guess the way I would start talking about this is talk about like the main sources of damage that come from this class.
Okay.
The main sources of your damage, or the biggest singular source, is going to be these clones. And basically the way the clones work is that they proc off of direct hits.
Okay.
See those guys there? Anytime you do direct hits, it's going to proc some clones.
Okay.
Excuse me. And they have this innate cooldown of 1.5 seconds. So the idea is you want to just like constantly be attacking, never let these guys go on cooldown for an extended amount of time.
Okay.
That's like the principle you play around. But
Okay.
then obviously, of course, you have other sources of damage. Like you have a bunch of summons that some are 100% uptime, like I showed you, and then you have like a burst summon. Then you have your burst skills, which changes your rotation so that you can use more cudgels, so on and so forth. It's like there's a bunch of stuff, but basically the rotation is kind of like this. It's like you're going to enter the boss, you're going to pop your infinite tonic, you're going to debuff the boss because you have this debuff here. It's a small debuff, but we'll talk about that later with party sport.
Okay.
Put down all your summons. Now your summons are hitting. Then you would do your burst here. So, you know, like just pop it all. Do the rotation, yada yada. I'm not going to do the full thing again, but
Sure. Yeah.
yeah, basically after the burst ends, you're just spamming the ground wave, using the cudgel, using the tremor off cooldown whenever you can, and replacing your summons as needed. So this summon here, which is like this big vortex thingy, lasts 56 seconds. And the cooldown of this skill here is 90 seconds. So every rotation, like you almost view the rotations in tonics. For every tonic you do, you're going to put down 2 vortexes, some point in the middle of it so that it lasts for the rest of the tonic.
Okay.
You're going to put down 1 ghost because the ghost lasts for the entire tonic.
Okay.
And you're going to debuff the boss. And then you just, spam your main attack here, use the cudgel off cooldown, use the tremor off cooldown. That's pretty much it. When it comes to actual bossing though, it's a little less like strict where you're like, oh, you want to spam ground wave all the time because it's your strongest direct attack. Well, sometimes you obviously can't just like sit like a duck and attack the whole time. Sometimes you have to dodge stuff, in which case you'll use like, a skill where you can cast it in the air, like this skill.
Yeah.
Which is, it's slightly weaker, but you can cast it in the air, and that's better than not attacking at all and running away, waiting to land on the ground to do a ground wave, right?
Yeah.
So you'd be doing something like that. Sometimes you'll just want to like stay in the air for a bit longer and keep attacking so that those clones are still going, and you're avoiding something on the ground. This is like, I don't want to say it's as the rotation is as improvised as something like Kali or Kadena or any cooldown skip class. It's really not like that, but it's not as straightforward ever as just like, oh, just hold this button down.
Yeah.
You have to press this button. You want to use this skill off cooldown. You want to use this skill off cooldown, and you want to do whatever you can that just allows you to keep hitting the boss, pretty much.
Okay, so real quick, like skills like the cudgel, that's the human skill, right? It's got like the purple outline.
Yep.
What's the deal? So you also have like the purple like gem in your meter. So do you have to like generate that? I'm just confused about what's going on with those 3 gems, because sometimes they're there and sometimes they're not. And
so the gems, they go away when you use the skill. So I'm going to use cudgel right now. Purple goes away.
Okay.
The brown went away there because of the passive skill from this burst skill.
Okay.
Like I was talking about earlier. And generally speaking, you never pay attention to any of that. Like it's not something that
what
you
makes them come back?
What makes them come back is as soon as you complete the entire gauge. So when I use an air skill here, they come back.
They all come back. Okay, I understand now. So you have to deplete them all, and then they just all refill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which normally
I understand
you
now.
When you're off burst, you don't pay attention to that at all. It has no relevance to your gameplay.
Okay.
So long as you're playing well, you're going to cycle through the gauges because the apparitions passive is going to take care of whatever elements you're not using. And then, just by nature of like fighting bosses, like I said, you'll use some air skills, maybe this skill here and there. Like your stuff is going to just get used.
Can you like not use, like right now you don't have purple. Can you like not use cudgel right now?
No, I can use it. This just means, like, this is strictly for the gauge itself. This just means that the human elements requirement was completed for the 3-element completion. But I could still use human skills. Like I'm using this right now, using this. This is a human skill here. I'm spamming it.
Okay. So it is basically irrelevant.
It's irrelevant up until the burst. The only time you need to pay attention to completing the gauge is on burst, because every time you complete the gauge, it's going to reset the cooldown. So I'm going to use cudgel here. It's going to reset with the apparitions, and I could use it again.
When you
and that's the idea
when you
behind the
complete the
rotation
gauge outside of the burst, what happens? Nothing?
Nothing. It just gives you more scroll gauge.
Oh,
or some
okay.
talisman energy.
Which doesn't
So you'll
matter
see
because you're
here-
already generating so much that it doesn't.
It's not something you focus on in a boss, because so long as you're hitting a lot, you're going to fill that gauge up really fast.
Okay. Okay, I got it now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's not that it's not as complicated. I was so lost for a second. Now I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I was so lost.
It was hard because like we jumped into it in the order of like let's start with burst, and then
Yeah.
I was thinking of a way to try and organize the explanation from there.
No,
but
you're good. I think
Yeah.
I was just lost because when you're talking about completing it, I thought completing it was like filling it up, but completing it is like draining it, and then it automatically fills back up after. I got it now.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, in your very biased opinion, on a tier list, what would you rank HOYOUNG's play style, its rotation, in terms of how engaged it keeps you in a fight, as well as how much fun you're having?
I think, yeah, biased opinion, I'm going to rate it at the top because
Yep.
you will find from a lot of people that play this class, the reason they like it so much is the fact that it is engaging. There's stuff to manage, like you have to manage your summons. They've really reduced a lot of that aspect of this class. Like it's gotten so much easier over time,
Yeah.
which we'll get into next. But generally speaking, you still have stuff to manage and like your mini burst. For some classes, it's like they pop all their burst buffs and they're just holding down their one skill still, doing the
Yeah.
same thing. Maybe pop like a random cooldown here and there every 10 seconds.
Yeah.
But for HOYOUNG, at least for your burst and your mini burst, you have to actually start paying attention to the gauge again
Okie dokie.
to really optimize it, get as many cudgels out as possible.
Yeah.
And then in a boss itself, like you have the movement aspects of pressing whatever is most convenient to do damage at the time so that you get your clones off.
Okay.
So I'd say it's very engaging. It lets you the way the tools the class has allows you to constantly hit the boss. Like you never really have to run away or be worried about
Yeah.
not engaging with the boss.
Yeah.
In fact, that's what I would say is like the tools are there for you to engage with the boss. So I'd say the
Yeah.
rotation is very fun in that regard, personally.
Yeah. It honestly it looks I don't even play it and I think it looks sick. I think this would keep me or anyone who chooses to play it engaged for a very long time. The kit's crazy. Yeah. It's like as a whole, it's honestly just crazy.
Yeah. It's not as complex as something like Kadena or Kali, of course, but it's not a one button class.
Yeah. Not
it's
even
somewhere
close.
in the middle.
Yeah. No, it's sick. Okay. We will move on. You wanted to start talking about the difficulty, so let's get into it.
Yeah, difficulty I think is like just specifically with all the changes that have come now, it's gotten so much easier, but like I said, it's not really on the caliber of Kadena or Kali type of thing.
Yeah.
I'd say it's like a B.
Okay.
I'd say it's like a B because you have things to manage, and if you're not comfortable with the mobility on this class, you are going to feel really stuck a lot of times.
Yeah, okay.
Like I think when people are first starting this class, they tend to feel very grounded, obviously, because the main attack is grounded.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't know how to like quickly move out of that into other things. They don't really know how to use their other tools that aren't grounded to continue getting damage out. But once you figure all that out, it's pretty easy. Because back then, I would say the hardest thing about this class was setting up your burst properly without griefing party members and making sure that you get efficient use of the burst timers.
Okay.
But with sequence, they just fixed that. It's a non-factor anymore.
What would you what would you say the average HOYOUNG like peak performance, what percent of like potential damage is the average HOYOUNG doing compared to like someone like you who has like more or less mastered the class?
It's like, what is the average HOYOUNG missing out of peak performance?
Yeah.
I'd say this is an interesting one to me because I think also difficulty so obviously there's your class's difficulty, but I think difficulty is also largely attached to how comfortable you are with the boss.
Yeah,
Like,
that's fair.
I can go into certain bosses with pretty much any class, and I'll be performing very well, I think, for
Okay.
the most part. Unless it's a really difficult class, like let's say Kadena or Kali, then I wouldn't.
Okay.
And that's why I would deem those guys, really difficult, because you actually have to be really good at those classes, along with being good at the boss.
Yep.
This class, I'd say there's somewhat of a balance. Like, you can't just hop on the game, and even if you're really good at a certain boss, you hop on this class and you know what you're doing. There's still a decent amount of stuff to manage. You have to get used to the mobility, all that stuff. So I'd say the average person off of peak performance is maybe doing like 80%.
Okay. And based on like
Hot
your
down.
your little whatever description right there, what do you think sorry, I lost my train of thought a little bit. What do you think a new player, like how difficult would it be for a new player to pick up this class and then go in and learn bosses while playing HOYOUNG?
As in, like, do I think there's like a difference if they choose, let's say, this class versus I don't know, like a Nightwalker and start learning a
Well,
boss?
yeah, I mean, like, obviously there's classes that are like super easy and straightforward, and you could go like learn anything you want, like because you are literally just pressing one button and you have no other choice. But just in general, like if I got a friend to pick up this game and they were interested in playing HOYOUNG, and we started doing bosses together, like, do you think they're actually going to have a miserable time, or are they going to be able to like figure out how to utilize the kit decent enough that they can like find success in actually clearing some of these bosses? Or like it is, yeah, I guess just like how difficult is that going to be for them?
If you're brand spanking new, I would not recommend this class.
Okay.
Like, if this is your literal first class, I would say then yeah, you're gonna have a hard time.
Okay.
I think once you've maybe done Legion stuff, like you've played a few classes, done Lotus and Damien or something, done CRA, then it would still be maybe harder to some extent, because like you still need to learn the aspect of managing certain skills like summons and debuffs,
Yeah.
and using short cooldowns off cooldown,
Yeah.
as well as doing like a pretty involved burst. I'd say it's definitely going to be harder
Yeah.
than a simple class. But generally speaking, I think most people will get past those barriers sooner rather than later.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. So it's probably not the best choice for a new player, but like if you're really set on it, then you can figure it out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Okay.
when I first started Reboot, I was terrible at the game, and this was my first class, and I had no clue what I was doing. And the class was a million times harder back then.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, I was just terrible for a little bit, but
Yeah.
over time you start learning.
Eventually you
things
figured
like,
it out.
Yeah, things start coming naturally to you. You start realizing what you can and can't do in certain bosses.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
And that will just apply to pretty much every class. Like, you'll see, even with the simplest classes in the game, this is why I was talking about comfort in a boss. Like, some people are just overlooking the skill of being good at bossing in general.
Yeah.
When you're good
100%.
at bossing in general, you can pick up the large majority of classes in this
Yeah.
game, and you will do better than most people who have been playing it for a while if they're not good at bossing, or they're like newer to the bossing
Yeah.
sort of aspect.
Yeah. 100%.
So I think
No,
that's
agree
the
with that.
bigger variable, and then the class is like the second gate where it's like, okay, now how do I deal with the limitations and options my class has? Because even if a class has a lot of options too, that's still factored into difficulty, where it's like you can have a lot of options to have really good survivability, mobility, etc.
Yeah.
But if you get overwhelmed and don't know which is the best option for what time, you're going to obviously struggle a bit.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll just leave it as like an average difficulty. It sounds like it's something that, you know, I mean, you can say it's about pretty much any class, but it sounds like something that with practice, like, as long as you're committed and you're not playing with your feet, then you can figure it out.
Yeah. The thing is, it boils down to this really. Is like the easiest class in this game will be hard if you're not good at bossing, which is
Yeah,
the context
okay.
we're talking about. So yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't the easiest class in the game. There are things that you have to manage. There was an involved burst, so yeah.
Okay.
It's not the hardest either, but yeah. B.
Okay. All right, let's talk about the support that it brings to a party. So, like, what kind of party synergies, whether it's utility or damage buffs or damage reduction or whatever it is. You said there's like a healing on one of your skills that you're never going to use to actually actively try to heal.
So you have two things. You
Yep.
have this skill, when it hits a certain amount, you'll see this like number. Maybe you can't because it's so small, but there's like a number ticking up on the top right.
Okay.
That's determining how much it's going to heal the party members once you
Okay.
break it. So you see these walls?
Yep.
Those come and they heal you, they heal your party members. Pretty useless though because of what I was mentioning before.
Yeah.
You're never going to break that early to try and like save somebody, or that's going to be the most niche scenario ever, and it's going
Yeah.
to come at the cost of damage.
Yeah.
And then the other thing you have is you have this minus 20% IED debuff, which in practice it's terrible. That doesn't do
Yeah.
anything for anybody.
Okay.
And that's it. That's all you have. So it's just pure damage for the most part.
Yeah.
If you're taking a HOYOUNG, you're taking it to do damage, not to support your party.
Okay. Okay, that's
Oh,
fair.
and then I guess
So,
minor thing, very minor, but your bind has 1 extra second, of stun. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't use this iframe because one, I don't value that 1 extra second. Like in practice, it's doing nothing because it's really laggy. You have to cast it on the ground, and it doesn't require the boss to be there, so you can miss it.
Okay.
So because of all those things, I just opt for Urdanovo.
Okay.
It's much faster, much better, can use it in the air. And also, the issue with, well, I guess it doesn't apply in party, but the issue with your self-bind is that if you're soloing, you're going to start with your Ori, and then you use your bind. But your bind is a 180-second cooldown.
Yep.
So by the time your burst is back up, your non-Ori burst, your bind is about like 7 or 8 seconds delayed.
Yep.
So that, yeah, like I said, that doesn't apply in parties. If you really want to use this iframe or this bind in parties, you can. But it's, yeah.
One extra second for the team.
Yeah.
Hey, I know
Yeah.
people. I know people who, if I was playing HOYOUNG, would tell me like, "You have to bind. Your bind
They'd
is
be
longer
flaming
than
you
ours."
for that. They'd be
Yeah,
like, but bro, you're not using your 1 extra second bind.
yeah. You are our binder. Like, what are you saying, bro? It's 1
Yeah, and
second.
that's the other aspect too, right? It's like if you're taking a HOYOUNG because it's a damager, odds are you'd probably rather your dedicated sup, like a Lin or whoever it's gonna be,
Yeah.
to just use their bind. So you're not even gonna use yours.
Yeah.
Like just speaking from personal experience, yeah, I never use my bind. The only time I ever use this is in such niche scenarios where it's like people who run limbo, they'll know that there's like multiple phases that you can bind. And
Yeah.
I'll just use this for mini burst.
Ah,
And
yeah.
that's
Okay.
about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would you rate the party play then?
Whatever's the worst rank. Like,
Yeah.
you're not taking it for support. So
All right, we'll slap it as a D. You got a really cool heal that your party's never gonna get a lot of value out
Yeah.
of.
here, we'll try procking it here. Oh my god. It killed me.
It's so funny that it's like based on how long it lasts too. So it's not even just
Based on how much it hits.
Yeah,
So
well,
if it's
yeah.
not hitting at all, then yeah, it's not even
yeah.
gonna count towards healing.
It's just funny to me because it's like in the scenario where your party would actually be like, "Yo, I'm dying, help me," and you just put it down. It's like, well, I can help, but it's not gonna do much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. All right, let's move on and let's talk about the Hexa on this class. So, like, let's go through the masteries, and just talk about what they do and if they change the way that the class plays at all, or if they're just like straight up damage. Same with like the origin and the fifth job skills.
Yeah, so playstyle wise, nothing changes much in practice, or nothing that you're actively going to pay attention to.
Okay.
So I think you might notice this thing. I didn't talk about it, but there's this like number on the bottom of the gauge here. So
Okay.
it adds another aspect to your gauge. Basically what that is it counts the amount of times you completed the 3 elements. And then
Okay.
it adds a number. And once you get to 3, you get an enhanced version of these skills: the flame, the cudgel, the tremor.
Okay.
All that does is, so the enhanced skill itself, it's cool, it does a little bit extra damage, but it's pretty negligible in the grand scheme of things.
Okay.
You use it though, and you get this buff, which lasts 40 seconds,
Okay.
called Universal Harmony. And what that does is it gives you 10 FD for the duration, and has a cooldown of 30 seconds.
Okay.
So basically, in that time frame after, you're just going to actively attack, and your gauge is going to fill up to 3 again, so that you're ready to use the enhanced skill again to reproc Universal Harmony.
Okay.
But it's not something that you're ever actively playing for. Like, you're not hitting a boss and you're like, oh, I need to use this skill, now that skill, so I can fill my gauge fast for the Universal Harmony.
Yeah.
It's just going to happen naturally.
Okay.
And your origin will auto proc that. So that comes with Mastery 1. That's that unique functionality.
Okay.
After that, there is no unique functionality from the 6th job. Everything is just a damage increase, hitbox increase, and that's about it.
Okay. In terms of how much, like, relative to other classes, I don't know if you know the answer to this, but relative to other classes, if I were to make like a new alt and just go to 260 and do like very, very minimal Hexa investment, what's the like value out of it?
It's not great for a few reasons.
Okay.
So this enhancement in particular, your strongest skill, like I was saying before, is your clones, especially your 5th job enhanced clones.
Mhm.
They, like, your clones become more bursty. Every 5th job skill that gets enhanced in 6th job, for the most part, gets like a straight flat damage boost with certain spikes, where it's like at level 1 you get 9 FD or something, or is it 11?
Okay.
However, with this skill, which is your strongest burst skill, it doesn't have spikes at levels. It goes up linearly, and you get
Okay.
a flat increase every level.
Okay.
So that's really bad when you're trying to be like Hexa efficient, because you invest a lot for the first level, but you're not getting really anything out of it.
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
only getting a couple of FD rather than 11. So that really sucks. These 2 skills here, Apparitions and Tiger, the skills themselves, like their individual contribution in a BA is very minimal. It's small, so that's pretty bad. Wrath of Gods is okay. It's an okay 5th job skill, so you get some value out of boosting that to level 1 immediately.
Okay.
As for masteries, your first mastery is very good, because at level 1 you get the harmony effect at 5 FD flat.
Okay.
That's an immediate 5 FD plus whatever bonuses you're getting from getting, the super enhanced version of the skill and then the regular enhanced version.
Yeah. Okay.
And then M2, M3, M4 are all equally pretty mediocre.
Okay.
Like, they're not terrible, but they're just not great.
Okay. And then the origin, is the origin just damage, or is there like anything else? You said it applies
Origin is just damage, and it auto applies the harmony for you immediately, even if you don't have the amount of gauge.
Okay.
So you see I'm at 1 here, but if I just pop it, it gives me the full thing.
Okay. So it gives you, at least for the, like, at the beginning of the fight, it gives you, like, I guess starting 5 FD and then where you're at now, like 10? Or something?
So if you have the mastery at level 1,
Yeah.
the first mastery, anytime you get this Universal Harmony, it's going to give you 5 FD.
Yeah. Okay.
But when you max it, it will give you 10 anytime you get it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it. Yeah. And then the last thing for Hexa efficiency, I guess, like, how strong is the Ori is a question some
Yep.
people have.
Yeah, for sure.
And so this is like a pretty common misconception, I would say, is that people think HOYOUNG has a very strong origin burst. And the whole burst itself is pretty strong, yes, but the origin itself is actually not that strong.
Okay.
Because the thing with the origin is that this is one of the few origins where it's like you press it and everything is still going off in the background. I'm trying to think of a class where I'm trying to think of a class where they have a nuke origin, but it comes at the cost of stopping their other attacks.
Yeah.
Take Hero, for example. They have a very strong origin on the BA, it looks like, but it comes at the cost of not using other skills.
Okay.
HOYOUNG's, you're still getting the value of every other residual skill. You only stop using the ground wave and the cudgel, which is whatever, because like I was saying before, most of your damage is coming from these residual things and not your direct attacks.
Yeah.
So on the basis of leveling it, it's like a pretty standard origin. It's not like a Kane origin where you actually level it up because the origin itself is very strong and adds a ton of value to your damage.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so how important would you say, like, if you had to rank it, how important would you say it is to try playing this class as 6th job versus 5th?
I think the main thing with 6th job is that it's going to reinforce the playstyle of trying to reset your gauge to get as many cudgels as possible.
Yeah, okay.
That's the main playstyle difference it's going to do or contribute to. But other than that, for actual damage, it's not really great.
Okay.
Like, you just get your M1. Your M1 is very good. And if you're doing like a very budget mule, get all of your masteries. Sure, get them all to level 1.
Yep.
Level Tiger, this guy and that guy, and don't level the Rampage unless you plan on investing like a notable amount of fragments into the class.
Yeah.
Because this skill, you can't just like level it up once and then call it. That would be like very inefficient. You need to level it multiple times each time you're trying to level it.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, I'd say I think it's a standard 6 job FD increase. It's not a very terrible one, but it's not great.
Okay.
Either.
Okay, so where you want to put it on the list?
I think I'm gonna go with like a B.
Okay. Fairly average. We'll take it. Not bad. Okay, let's move on and talk about this class's farming and its mobbing. And this is like specifically, like, obviously everyone, once they have like 2-3 Janus balls, they just AFK. Specifically like level 1 Janus or like no Janus at all.
Yeah. Let's say like no Janus, because I think once everybody has Janus, it's so universally easy to farm.
Yeah.
May as well take off the 6 job stuff too, because that increases your hitboxes a lot. Shoot, what's a good pre-6 job map?
You do something like early Cernium too, like for what it would be, because most
Sure.
people, I really don't think a lot of people are training their way to 260 these days, and they're just doing like monster.
Yeah, there's no
park.
way, honestly. There's actually no way.
Yeah, you'd have to be crazy
so-
to do something like that.
Right. Yeah, so I'd say pre-6 job, HOYOUNG was like considered one of the best grinders in the game. On the
Okay.
basis of like they just have so much coverage for free.
Okay.
So, like having a summon, back then it used to be a rarity. I guess it's not really anymore, but like you have a summon that's consistently hitting one spot. You have another summon. He's pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. But, having this guy, the Vortex, and then your butterflies and clones automatically hitting stuff, and then you have a huge mobbing skill. You get a lot of like free coverage. And what HOYOUNGs tend to do is like they'll opt for rotations like these, where it's like summons are covering 2 parts, and then you're covering another big part yourself.
Yeah, okay.
You just stay in one spot, and you spam stuff.
Okay.
That's the general, like, HOYOUNG rotation.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's gonna opt for more sweaty stuff. Back then, you would do stuff where it's like you would use your gate, and you would like literally follow through rotations. You know, like go like this to cover the whole map.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody. It's not even worth doing. Even if you are grinding, it's like, why would you put in this much effort?
Yeah. No,
Just
I
take
agree.
the worst rates.
I like
Just take the
standing in
worst
one
rates
spot.
and do your thing.
I don't like moving that much.
Yeah. Like you're gonna get to 260, and then before you know it, you get yourself like just level 1 Dusk, and then you're infinitely more efficient at grinding too.
Yeah.
Because now you have your Ghost, your Butterflies.
So like level
Your
1 Dusk
clones.
is for sure you're just standing in one spot for the most part.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
I will be fully honest, I don't know how important like funding is to kill mobs in one hit with all this stuff. Like,
Okay,
I don't know
that's
how
fair.
hard it is anymore.
That's fair.
But you don't need your like clones to one-shot stuff either, just so long as it's like, as long
Yeah.
as I'd say your Janice is one-shotting.
Clones and
You're-
Janice like combo, even if you're a little weak, like between the two of them, they'll probably
Right.
clean up a lot of stuff.
Right. Yeah, very easy rotation.
Yeah, it seems chill. It seems really chill. What do you think you would want to rank it?
Probably, I'd say yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, very uninvolved.
It seems pretty
very
chill. You got like having summons
very
and
high
stuff.
rates, more importantly, while it's chill.
Yeah.
Like you can have some classes where it's chill, but they don't get high rates.
Yeah.
But this is chill and high rates, so
Yeah. And you didn't even use like Fountain.
yeah, I didn't even use Fountain.
Yeah, just putting down like your base 2 class.
You have a
summons and
lot of
then-
free coverage.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like anytime a class has like multiple summons of their own, right now they're just so good because you literally can just stand in one spot and you're chilling.
Yeah, if you have summons and these like auto proccing projectiles
Yeah, that
that go
too
beyond your direct hits,
makes a
you
really big
just like
difference.
see all these random guys just like die
Yeah.
to random stuff.
Yep.
It makes the grinding so much less mentally taxing.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to be precise about where you're hitting. Like,
Yep.
I'm just hitting anywhere and it's killing stuff. That's the real key to lazy grinding.
Yep. That probably helps with Monster Park too, right? Like all the random stuff that's just going around and like killing stragglers that you maybe missed.
Yeah, definitely.
I hate missing a mob in
Dude,
Monster Park. Oh
that's
my
like the
God, I
perfect
hate
example.
it.
Monster Park, if you're playing a class that it doesn't have great like auto projectiles,
Yeah.
it sucks so bad, especially
So
if you're
bad.
weak. Whereas if you're playing a class with all of the auto projectiles, you can be like, okay, you know what? Like I'm not one-shotting, but at least I don't have to like focus on like hitting this random guy all the way up here, you know?
Yeah.
You're just gonna kill him without paying attention.
Yeah. I hate that. Okay. Let's talk lastly about, I mean, this is probably one of the selling points of the class, but let's talk about the animations. Just if you just want to like give us a quick little demonstration of all of what you think are your favorites and or least favorites. Yeah, let's show it off.
I guess so. You just saw when I like took off the nodes for to make the masteries not apply.
Yeah.
That like the skills are so much smaller
Yep.
and like more simple looking. I think the new animations are really sick. Like these two ghosts are really cool.
Yep.
The color scheme has been changed quite a lot. So it's like a more dark kind of theme now,
Yep.
which I think is really cool. I know a lot of people weren't happy about that, but I personally am a huge fan of the color scheme change.
Yeah.
And I think, the animations are just sick. Like, I don't even know if there's like a theme for this per se. It doesn't feel like there is, other than like traditional Korean folklore or something. I
Yeah.
don't know. But it just looks really cool.
Yeah, no, the class as a whole. Wait, did you just take it like a Wukong staff? What was that?
Yeah, that's the cudgel. So you'll see.
Oh, I haven't even seen that because it's just like always so many other.
It's covered by a bunch of other shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's sick. Okay.
It's so sick. And here, let me try getting the enhanced version going. Like these things only pop up every 30 seconds, but it's a nice little dopamine spike when you see the super enhanced versions of the skills come out.
Yeah.
So look, like you saw the cudgel before, now
Yeah.
the enhanced one, it like gets like a lightning effect, and
Oh, that is cool. That is cool. All right, show me now. Now that I can just pay attention to just this, let me see just the origin.
so you key down, and you get this like little mountain effect, and then big ass mountains.
Damn.
Yeah, origin is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's like weird that I like this, but I kind of like that there's like an intermission to the cutscene, and it goes back and like
Me too.
shows the screen a little bit.
It's like
and then-
ramping up.
Yeah. It's like, hey, just in case you were worried, you did bind the boss. Here he is.
Oh yeah, how could I forget? This is like I think this was the selling point when people first started playing the class. It's like Wrath of Gods. You'll see these like punches and kicks.
Oh
They kill
yeah, I was
themselves.
gonna ask about that. There's like a foot coming down while you were bursting.
Come on, Brock. Yeah,
Is that like
Get,
a
like, these
proc that
random-
happens during one of your cooldowns?
yeah. It's during your burst. You get these like punches and kicks to proc, and yeah, it's just so fucking sick.
That is really
And then
cool.
the second cast, people like. I think the second cast is a bit outdated nowadays, but
That's the second cast of your origin?
no, that's the second cast of this skill, the Wrath of Gods.
oh,
so like you
okay,
get the
okay.
punching, kicking effects, and then at the end, yeah, you do that like second hit.
Oh,
pretty much
okay. It is sick. It's really cool. Yeah, you actually have like.
Yeah.
I thought it was the origin. You had an origin before you even got origin.
Yeah.
That is cool. No, this class. I
These,
said
like,
at the beginning, this class is
butterflies.
actually just beautiful. Like.
Yeah, it's really cool. The tiger, people love the tiger. It sucks that
Yeah.
like the damage is so shit because he's so sick, but
Yeah,
the damage
he's
is
cool
so
as hell.
bad.
Can you use? How long does he last? Can you use him as like a summon when you're mobbing, or would you opt out of that?
It's 1 minute, but the cooldown is 3 minutes. So like me personally, I'm never putting it down.
Yeah, you can use it for a bathroom break.
Yeah, that is the popular use case. Just using him for a bathroom break.
Okay, can you rank the animations on your very biased opinion?
Yep, I'm gonna give it an S.
Okay, I agree. This class looks so good. It looks so good. Okay, the last, I mean, that's like our last section, but I'm going to let chat ask a couple questions because I know they're going to have some while you maybe get ready to go show off. You want to do Ex Lotus, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Guys, if you have questions, now is the time to ask. I saw someone ask, is this a cooldown hat class?
No, this is not a cooldown hat class because so if the logic for cooldown hat is you want to reduce the cooldown of a skill that's really high damage in your BA.
Yeah.
So HOYOUNG does have something like that with the cudgel, but when you think about it, it's like you have attached to your burst and mini burst this thing that entirely skips the cooldown.
Yeah.
So having the cooldown reset in those moments is just completely having the cooldown reduction in those moments is just completely wasted.
Yeah.
You're getting zero value out of it for that time period. And even then, like while the skill is good, it comes out to be like anywhere from 10 to 14% of your BA depending on the boss. So it's not really enough to justify a cooldown hat.
Chat didn't ask this. I was just thinking, what's your boost nodes look like? Like how's the
You boost everything on this class.
investment for boost nodes? There's a lot. Okay.
Yeah, you have to have 3 perfect trios.
Okay.
So 6
just
total
like
nodes.
just like every other class I play. God damn it.
Yeah, the newer classes tend to have a lot of boost
Yeah.
node slots. filled.
I'm also playing a lot of combo classes, and it's just like there's just so many skills that you're using regularly, so there's so much to boost.
Yeah.
What about inner ability?
This is the inner.
The passive plus
Passives
one.
plus
Okay.
1, 8 of normal, 10 boss.
I didn't even realize
thing
people
that-
used passive plus one until yesterday.
Yeah, it's pretty popular with the classes that were released in the past like 5 years, I would say. All these classes have insanely good passives, so boosting those just makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
Only thing that might be up for change is this 8 of normal. We might swap it for cooldown skip.
Okay.
Because 8 of normal in the grand scheme of things is quite small, but you know, if you can cooldown skip skills, that might be pretty good.
Yeah. What rings do you use?
I use roar and weapon jump. So you use roar for your main burst, swap to weapon jump for your 90-second.
Okay. Oh, are you heavily affected by ping, or do you know?
The only thing that's affected by ping significantly is the fly. And that genuinely is a really bad downside. Like, I have very good ping because, you know, I use like exit lag, I have good internet. So my fly is like instantly reactive, and when I stop it, it instantly stops. If you have bad ping, you're going to have like delayed starts on your flies. It's going to jitter like kind of like this. Is the best way I could explain it.
Really?
And
Okay.
It's gonna keep going even when you stop holding it for a little bit. So it's like it really sucks, and I feel so bad for the people that don't have good connection playing this class because yeah,
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
if you can't move quickly when you want to, then you're gonna feel even more clunky than it already might feel. So I would not recommend playing this, unfortunately, if you have high ping.
Okay. Can we see your keybinds real quick, and then
Yeah. So
it's a lot of. I mean, it's
I
not
keep-
crazy, but there is a lot of buttons.
To be fair, a lot of these like could be removed. I keep a lot of the burst stuff still here, just in case. Just in case, like I still haven't done anything with that quite yet, but there might be a scenario where I just think like you wouldn't want to use your sequence. Sequence pops literally everything immediately.
Yeah.
And then you do have a lot of like, you know, direct attack stuff though. Like this whole row here from A to H and then like Z to M, like all of that is 100% necessary stuff. Have my summons here. You have to have your summons already.
Yeah. It is a lot of
And then
buttons, but
yeah.
it's not that crazy. At least like for me compared to some of the classes that I've played.
It looks more overwhelming than it is.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's go see this boss.
Sure.
Let's go see it. How long is your X-Lotus usually take?
Maybe like 15 minutes.
Okay.
We're about to find out with the new masteries. Oh. Missing anything? No. Doing some sweaty tech right here.
Uh-huh. What is this?
Just like charging arc link and timing fatal. I don't know if the fatal will hit right, but we'll see.
Oh. I thought you were like revving up like you were about to start a race.
Oh, please last. The juicer fatal. So I'm going to show you here, like, I'm going to keep attacking. But you see, I just iframe that.
Yeah, okay. So what's that, like 45% in your burst?
Something like that.
This class is kind of sick. Obviously, I haven't done Ex-Lotus yet. How important is it that you like dodge most of this stuff?
Not really.
No, okay.
You can tank a lot of it.
Okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say, like, when I do like normal or hard, I honestly I ignore like 80% of these attacks.
You're meant to use like Fountain if you're trying to be like giga optimal, but I'm just like not really.
Yeah.
I'm tired as hell.
Yeah. Me too, brother. Me too.
No, I feel it. Where's not even going to swap here?
Burst coming back up in like 20 seconds. And you're down to, what does that say, 33%?
Yeah. So it's a good class, but it's just like a lot of people don't understand that it doesn't really compare to some of the other stuff out there. Like some
Yeah.
other classes are just absolutely going haywire on these bosses and like killing it instantly.
Yeah. And DPM wise, that like wasn't, it honestly wasn't terrible, but
No, it actually wasn't. You see that though? Like I'm in the roar and I'm still just like
yeah.
dodging stuff mid burst.
Yep.
Like a lot of freedom to do stuff.
You said it was phase 3 that there was stuff, a bunch of stuff you wanted to show off?
I mean, like even in this phase, it gets highlighted pretty well. But it's just phase 3. There's so much stuff going on, and it's made like really clear just
Yeah.
how insanely good the mobility is.
Damn. When you have your iframe up, are you thinking to yourself like, all right, I have my iframe. What can I, like, what can I greed? Or are you so more so thinking of like, oh shit, I didn't expect that coming. Good thing I have my iframe up.
I'm very greedy with mine, I would say.
Yeah.
But I do use it a lot of the times. It's like an oh shit button. It's
Yeah.
just like, oh shit, I was getting too greedy here. And then that's usually how it goes.
Yeah, this mobility definitely deserves the double S. This is wild.
Yeah. And I'm a big time abuser of up jump. Like, I don't think people realize how OP of a concept up jump is, at least on this class. For like most people, you kind of have to deal with what's the word for it? Like a limitation of, okay, I'm like stuck now that I up jumped. I'm gonna be like flailing in the air for a bit.
Yeah.
But for this class, you're just not. So abuse that shit, HOYOUNGs. That's my one tip for them.
Damn, look at the boss's HP just melt once he starts.
You see, like,
burst.
that was optimal for me, like in my burst rotation, to do that movement there, and I actively avoided something.
Yeah.
So that happens frequently on this class. Oh, that was unlucky.
This is faster than I do my hard lotus. Yeah, he crazy.
Oh, dude, like the 2-minute update. Didn't talk about it much, but
True, someone did ask.
that's going to be a
what do you
game
think?
changer for this
Yeah?
class. It's going to be insanely good.
Is it mostly just the buffs, or are you getting like other things other than the, just like the 2-minute changes?
It's just like there are buffs, but like by design, it makes so much more sense for the class. Is
Yeah.
what I would say. Oops.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's like all the classes that I want to play right now are all 3-minute classes, but I hate, like, 3 minutes feels so long to wait.
It does feel really bad. Like as you could see here, it's like I'm like fighting for my life, going fucking crazy, and then just nothing is happening.
Damage uptime crazy.
Come on, get me out.
We got burst up in 20. Looks
Yeah,
like. Yeah. Okay.
roughly. Oh, okay, thank God, I'm in the right spot anyways.
Damn, was that a ground pound that I just saw?
It was.
Oh shit. I didn't think we were gonna actually see that in a boss fight, but here we are.
You see, like, so much shit happens in Lotus,
Yeah.
and if you're really creative, you see, like, I'm not losing any uptime there. Well, I just lost uptime there, but
I like when you do the little slide movement with that attack.
yeah, it's funny because I was telling you how terrible it is, but
But here we are.
something about me, bro, I just can't help it. I like
Here
to just
we
use
are.
terrible shit.
It's like me when I wake up in the morning and I go into my kitchen with the tiles, and I run to the coffee machine and then I slide with my socks across the tiles in the kitchen.
Yeah,
That's what that attack reminds me of.
that's a interesting way to put it.
What do you what's like the input to activate the movement on that skill versus not?
The slide,
Yeah.
you press the skill and you hold it in the direction that you want to go. But you can't like do it in
okay.
an opposite direction,
Okay.
unfortunately. Oh, excuse me, being back.
So like if you're not using your arrow keys, if you're just standing still and pressing it, you're not going to move.
Yeah,
Okay, okay, I got it. All right, we got the big burst coming up, guys.
I needed that reminder. Stalker rings. Sometimes, bro, I just lock in too fucking hard in this boss, and I'm like, forgetting that
Yeah, you got so.
Earth
I mean,
even exists.
you're like, you're dodging everything.
Oh, you see, like, I actually fucked up there. I was supposed to replace my summon, but
You still have your door up too? You do, don't you?
yeah.
You filthy
I told
animal.
you, that skill, it's like, I'm just not even going to bother pressing it. It's,
Yeah. Would it would get destroyed in this fight too when he takes
when
away
that platform breaks,
the platform, yeah.
it does, in fact, destroy your door. Like, I'm telling you, it's genuinely terrible.
You can go down and put it on the ground underneath you.
You could. But when I do this fight, I don't like to ever be anywhere except for the top plat.
Yeah. A burst is a lot. Yep.
Oh god.
Surely he gets the sub 15-minute, right? Under 2 minutes
Maybe.
for the kill? Yeah,
If I was full buffed, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so much like little, I mean, there's like the big movement skills that I see you using all the time, right? Like the fly.
Oops.
But then there's like all these little things too that are just crazy that have like, they have like fairly niche uses, but the fact that they exist is just enough.
Exactly. When you know what's the best thing to use for any given time.
Yeah.
Oops.
You don't have to be out of combat to ring swap? No.
See, like those short iframes are
Yep.
almost always better than... Yeah, I'm never gonna fucking hold it for 20 seconds. It's like... It just doesn't even make sense.
Put your summons down and then hold it for 20 seconds to style on the boss at the end.
Yup.
Get to like 0.2% and then just hop in the painting. Damn. Damn.
Yeah, but you could see it there, like... Goes crazy. It's just, unfortunately, the damage isn't quite the highest on the theoretical level. It's better in practice if you're good at abusing the tools you have.
Yeah, because your mobility is so crazy, you like have that extra ability to just do so, like you're spending so much more time on the boss dealing damage if you're good.
Yeah, exactly. And like even shit that you're not doing, like you have the summons there, they're hitting the whole time, they're gigantic.
Yeah.
And I'm doing literally nothing. They're just hitting.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are good things about the class, there are some bad things. Low-key, we might even have to readjust the off burst. It's a lot better now.
Yeah. Do you want to change it? We can change it.
Maybe it's a B. Maybe it's a B.
Yeah. Okay. Change it to a B.
It doesn't even make sense to me, bro.
Larry, change it to a B. Is that? Do you think that's mostly because of the masteries?
Yeah,
Gen
the
3
new
and 4?
masteries are like strictly boosting the off burst.
Yeah.
There's a
I've
little bit of damage on burst.
I've noticed that like a lot with the classes that I've talked to so far with M3 M4. A lot of the like DPM classes have said their burst has gotten a lot better with M3 M4, and then like the opposite for the classes that were a lot more weighted towards burst. It's like they're trying to balance out the classes a little bit more, it seems.
Sure, we'll put it at B. We'll put it at B.
Yeah, make it average. Put it at a B. Because that actually was pretty good. I think it looked like you did in the opener. It looked like you did like 40 to 45-ish in your burst, and then you did another like 20, 25 to 30 or something. Yeah.
And that's not with max M3 M4 either. Like I still need to max these.
So it'll get a little bit better too. Yeah, it honestly didn't look that bad. But also like you have perma uptime. You're literally not dodging anything, or you're dodging everything. You're not like
and like
running
that's
away
the thing
from
too.
anything.
It's like okay, well, if I did 50% in the first verse and then around 25 in the next one, that's still like a 2 to 3 ratio. 1/3 of your damage is 2/3 of the time. It doesn't really fare well.
Yeah.
Or sorry, it's even more than 2/3 of the time. It's whatever 150 out of 180 is.
Yeah.
5/6 of the time. It's like, I'm wondering how other classes would be like with max M3 and 4 nowadays. I just haven't seen, so it's hard to...
Yeah. I'll just wait a couple more months and more people will be maxing that stuff out and see how the balance is, I guess, a little bit better soon, hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter anyways. At the end of the day, I always say just play the class you enjoy.
Yeah, 100%. Like, balance is going to change all the time.
Yep.
Don't play something for meta. But this class, I mean, yeah, this class could stay like below average, and I think that there's still going to be a lot of people who want to play it just because of its kit. Just the way it moves alone is like enough, and the animations and the, I guess, like play style. I don't know, this class has a lot to offer. I think it's sick.
Yeah, it's very fun.
I think it's really cool. All right, well, Shulk, we've taken up enough of your time. I appreciate you for agreeing to this. Absolutely, probably the best, the best person I could have found for HOYOUNG. That was incredibly insightful. This class is. I'm literally gonna go make. I already have one, but I'm literally gonna go like get mine to 200 and go mess around and fly around and try to figure it out because this is really cool.
Yeah.
This is really cool.
Play around, mess around with it. You enjoy it, you turn it into a Legion champ. It's not bad.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna call you back so you can be my coach.
Yeah, for sure. We got him, boys. He's playing the shit class now.
We got another one. We're all gonna fly around on our clouds together. Just yeah. The HOYOUNG homies.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Well, I'll let you go.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I appreciate you pulling up. Thank you, man. You're the GOAT.
Take care. Good night.
Good night. Guys, clappies in the chat. Clappies in the chat. Shulk the GOAT. Shulk the GOAT. All right. What did you guys think about that class? I already saw one person in chat say, "You sold me, I'm going to play it." I already saw one. I know for a fact there's going to be more. That movement is insane. Those animations are insane. Look at all the S's. Look at all the S's on this thing. Another insane player who loves their class, who can show it off, who can vocalize what is good and what is bad and like the specifics of the class. That was insane. That class is so cool. I personally am sold. I've had so many people ask me about HOYOUNG, and I'm really excited that I can actually answer the question about HOYOUNG now. I love it. I love it. Anyway, guys, I'm exhausted. So, YouTube, I love you. Thanks for watching. Let me know what class you want to see next. I actually saw a lot of people in comments say, Yo, I want it. I literally had a message today that I just read that was like, yo, can you do HOYOUNG next? And hey, I got you guys. Let me know what you want to see next. I still have a lot of spots to fill on the list. We still have a lot of people to talk to get signed up. If you guys know any of the top players of whatever class it is, send them my way. Tell them to just send me a friend request on Discord. It's just Strylander. Tell them to come by the stream. And just let me know. I'm super friendly. I will get back to them as soon as I can, usually within the day. I learned a lot from this. I hope you guys learned a lot as well. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more interviews. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace!